So today we are going to present our final project for International Relations class. Our presentation is about the fact that the United Kingdom wants to leave the European Union. This action is called the Brexit. But before we go deeper in our explanation for the issue, we are first going to talk about the UK's background.
The United Kingdom is the island country, and as we can see, it's formed by Northern Ireland and Great Britain, which contains of England, Wales, and Scotland. The capital city of the United Kingdom is London, and the country's population is around 65 million. The main religion in the UK is Christianism, and the government there is constitutional monarchy with the head of the state Elizabeth II. However, there is also a prime minister who is Theresa May, and the government takes responsibility for all the decisions made inside of the country. The economy of the country is developed, and it's considered to be fifth largest in the world, being number one destination for inward investments in Europe. Before talking about the significance of Brexit, we should mention that everything in our world is interconnected between each other. What is happening inside of any state can affect other states and nations as well. The issue has impact not only on the welfare and the power of the United Kingdom, but also on externalities such as it affects European Union and its members. Also, it has impact on relations with other trading partners, which are mostly represented by the members of the European Union.
So the possible causes that might have led to the Brexit are anti-globalization movement, anti-liberalization, and xenophobia. The people from United Kingdom think that the European Union is not beneficial for them, which has led to a referendum that was held on 23rd of June in 2016. More than 52% of the voters supported the idea for withdrawal from the EU. And as a result, the government has decided to implement the Brexit. So we have decided to analyze this issue with a specific theoretical lens. So the Brexit can be explained from a realistic point of view. The British government and its people have a very negative view of international relations, in particular about the fact that the European Union can control their economy and policy. So the Brexit favors more the absolute power of its state and its complete independence. It doesn't want a foreigner government to intervene in their policy or national matters. The political structure of the UK affects its economy and cooperation with other countries. The UK is an emblem of globalization. It has adopted it, but some of its characteristics have caused some worries, especially the fact that foreign investors have taken over some British companies, and also the increase of workflow coming mainly from Eastern Europe. So the two facts have created polemics in the people, and that has brought the government to reorganize its economical structure. So the government has launched a system of protectionism towards some industry. The economic nationalism aims to revive the British economy and also to help some of its industry to be able to compete with other major economies such as China or the single market of the European Union itself.
With the implementation of the theoretical lens that was presented previously, We have analyzed the impact of Brexit on different areas of the United Kingdom. First of all, they're going to be discussed social arena and the negative and positive impacts. Health sector with its health national service was affected negatively. Leaving the European Union wouldn't increase countries' profits in the short term. That's why the government might not be able to support different health programs. Secondly, education was affected negatively as well. The free movement is very important for the education as it allows people to go freely to study in other countries. The changes can affect people and make it harder to study somewhere else for British people or for others to come to the United Kingdom as it has very good universities. On the positive side of effects, there might be an improvement of condition of living by protecting job from migrants. Moreover, the satisfaction of British people can be higher as far as they can see that the government listens to them and accounts their opinion. Secondly, economic arena should be analyzed. On the positive side, there might be better protection of some national companies by the government, and that can boost its competitiveness on the market. Moreover, there can be better protection of jobs for native citizens of the country. Also, the UK will be able to impose tariffs on imported goods that can increase profits for the country as far as the European Union will not control it anymore. On the negative side, there might be a decreasement of investments coming into the Great Britain. We shouldn't forget that European Union is the biggest FDI partner in the United Kingdom. So less foreign investments might lead to the reduction of the United Kingdom's competitive advantage on the side of international trade. Moreover, there can be seen the decreasement of the pound's rate of exchange, and furthermore, higher tariffs on British exports might be imposed by other states. Last but not least, the impact on political arena should be analyzed, and we should mention that leaving European Union has been changing political structure of the country. As we know, the former Prime Minister David Cameron, who was against Brexit, resigned from his position due to many people, British people, seeing European Union as not beneficial for them and their country as well. Moreover, United Kingdom's withdrawal is not supported by Scottish National Party. That can also lead to some misunderstandings and can worsen the relations between these two countries. However, Brexit can bring more independence to the British government by better controlling the country and what's going on inside of it. Moreover, new cooperation with other partners will be more possible due to European Union not controlling Britain, so it can find more beneficial and valuable deals for itself, taking into consideration other very famous trade agreements such as NAFTA.
So I'm going to talk about the micro risk. Globalization has led to the economic integration across the border, and that has made all of the nations interdependent of each other. The structure of the European Union links all of its members, and that increased the risk of another economic crisis, especially considering the fact that some of the EU members has a really weak economy, such as Greece, Spain, or Portugal. We can take, for example, the Great Recession in 2008. It has started in Greece and has spread it all over Europe. And as a result, it has led to the collapse of the European Union economy. So now the economy is stable, but even so, the EU cannot control or prevent the risk of a future crisis. So the Brexit is a way for the UK to protect its economy. Globalization has a positive and negative impact. It can be a big problem because some countries are losing their identity, the things that is making them unique, and they choose to adopt a universal culture that is imposed by the globalization. So the Brexit is considered as an anti-globalization movement that is aims to protect its cultural uniqueness. Another aspect of the macro risk is the fact that the UK is an important key in the EU market. So the Brexit can make the EU less interesting for the investor and also make the market lose its value. So to conclude, the Brexit is a global issue that have an impact on international political economy. It shows that some political forces, which is in this case the UK and the Brexit, can shape the way through which economic and social systems are expressed in the country itself, but also in the European Union. So, moreover, the Brexit has brought some uncertainty in the EU. It might encourage some countries to leave, and also it can lead to a growing Euroscepticism. Also, the Brexit has brought some damage in the relationship between the United Kingdom and the EU and some of its members. But in the same time, it has a positive impact because it can open the door to the UK for a better deal or to join another trade blocs. So, for our recommendation, we think that the UK should leave the EU because it will help it to gain more power and being more independent, and also they can go to a better trading deals such as a NAFTA, which can be more beneficial for the country.